gentlemen, it's your boy, the sneakerhead of NY, and you are listening to Nights at the Round Table. Happy Monday to you guys in the podcast world, and happy Tuesday to you guys watching this on YouTube TV. This is a big episode. Over the weekend, Big Time Wrestling was in Brooklyn, and man, listen, it was a time. It was a time. Finally got to meet up with one of my biggest inspirations in sports and wrestling and in general, my idol. Hold on, I'm gonna show you a picture. Not a picture, but a pop of him. So all those in YouTube land, you can see who this is I'm holding up. It is a Funko Pop of Bret the Hitman Hart. Yes, over the weekend in Brooklyn at Big Time Wrestling. He was there for the Bret Hart FTR Heart Attack Tour. It was such an amazing experience to finally meet Bret. I was shaking in my boots. I had sneakers on, but I was shaking. I was like, oh my goodness. Because I don't mark out for people. Not a fan of celebrities like that. But when you meet someone that you've been following for years, and it's like, finally got to shake his hand. We took a picture together. You might see it going across your screen right now. And it was just an amazing experience. I got to meet Brian Pillman Jr. Got something real special in tune for this episode as well. The podcast version of it. Again, before I even continue, I'm finally going to be doing these split episodes, kind of like, so you'll hear the same things on the audio and the video, but then after a certain point though, all you'll see, like, this will cut off. This will serve as like the buffer in between. But I didn't want to do two different recordings for the YouTube page and for the regular podcast episode. So this serves as like a buffer. You'll hear the same things twice when you're watching this on YouTube if you already heard it on the podcast version of it. But it's going to cut after a certain time, and you'll just see the video of, you know, what happened over the weekend on Saturday night. So yeah, it was just an amazing experience seeing him. He signed a shirt for me. I'm about to get that framed. I had a Yankees hat that has a Bret Hart patch on the side. I wanted to get that signed, but I said, you know what though, I want to continue to wear that hat. So I kept that alone. I'm just mad that I wasn't able to get a shirt, because you know how I create shirts, and I wanted to get in contact with Joe, but I didn't get a chance to get the idea of what I wanted across in time for the event. So unfortunately, I did not have a custom Bret Hart shirt. I really was going to just give it to him, like, yo, here, bro, this is for you. Like, I made this is yours, but that didn't pan out. I'm pretty sure Bret will have another meet and greet soon. Hopefully, I'm able to go to that one as well. And if I am, I'll definitely give him that shirt at that time. I think that's just going to be an amazing experience. But the match card was valid, though. There's a few independent wrestlers that I did not know, but I will call it the two main events. The main event was FTR versus Homicide and Jay Lethal. That was a pretty good match. And then it was The Kid and Brian Pillman Jr. versus SAT. Brian Pillman Jr. all over the independent scene. Brian Pillman Jr., of course, is a part of AEW as the Varsity Blondes, if I'm not mistaken. They'll kill me if I forgot the actual name of their stable. But so before I break this down now, the audio version, which is the podcast version, you see it on Apple iTunes and wherever you get your podcasts. I did a few interviews, and then I'm just going to go over my experience meeting Bret Hart. And then the video version, you will see clips from the match. I'm going to go over the entire match card and things of that nature. So this will be serving as the Pat's thoughts of the show. I'm not going to talk about anything else in sports right now because I'm disappointed and disgusted in my Yankees. I don't want to talk about it, but most definitely stay tuned to both versions, and see you soon. Peace.
My name is Brian Pillman Jr., and you're listening to the Knights of the Round Table podcast.
So I'm back. Shout out to Brian Pillman Jr. for dropping that shameless drop for us. But instead of saying Knights at the Round Table, he said Knights of the Round Table. It's all good. I'm not even mad at that. I'm just so thankful for him to even decide to do that for us here at the podcast Knights at the Round Table. Shout out to him for that. But The match itself, yes, the entire episode of, well, not episode, but the entire match last night was such an amazing experience. If you heard it on the podcast, though, you would hear that it was such an amazing experience over at Big Time Wrestling. The event that they did was such an amazing event. It had its kicks. Now, Davey Boy Smith Jr. was supposed to be there, but he did not come. But like I said, I'm sure you the match card. This is the match card. Woo! But I'll have it on the screen. You'll see it. It was supposed to be a 6-man tag team with Brian Pillman Jr., the Kid, and Davey Boy Smith versus SAT. Smith Jr. did not come. Pillman Jr. came, though, as he made the drop. Also, FTR and Bret Hart, with Bret Hart, because he did not wrestle, faced Homicide and Jay Lethal. It was Tina San Antonio versus Tiara James. It was Danny Miles versus Teddy. I think his name's Teddy something. I can't even remember the guy's name, but it was Teddy something. Teddy Ruxpin. No, Teddy Toys or something like that. My apologies for forgetting that. Don't kill me. It's a long weekend for me. Very long weekend. So I'm still a little tired. But yes. So this episode, though, the very first me talking head type of episode of Nights at the Round Table TV, I'm just going to show off a little bit of the footage that I got from the event, some pictures. You'll see some of the matches that were there, and pretty much that's it. I'm not going to go too big into the entire thing, but going forward, there's going to be a lot of episodes in which I talk directly. We'll have the countdowns. We'll have the 5 best reasons for such and such and such. And we'll also do episodes like this. And we'll also do episodes in which we'll have guests. And we'll go back and forth discussing. So this is the very first talking head version of the podcast. Finally got the perfect lighting set up. And as a photographer, you think, oh, but you had all these lights. The lights that I had made too much noise. I wasn't going to sit there and edit everything and just, do that. I'm like, no, I don't want to edit too much. So got some noiseless lights. Shout out to GVM LED for that. Also, shout out to Doovie. Doovie is a constant guest on the podcast. If it wasn't for him sending me that link back whenever he did about Bret Hart coming to Brooklyn, I would not have been there. So if I didn't shout you out before on the podcast episode, I'm shouting you out here on YouTube TV, on Nights at the Round Table TV. Doovie, thank you very much for plugging me into this event in which I was able to finally meet Bret Hart. You, of all people, who know how I feel about Bret. So thank you to you for doing that for me, letting me know. It'd have been a good Christmas gift if you would have bought it for me too. I'm just playing. And I do apologize for not telling you that I went. It was super last minute when I finally decided, you know what? I thought I had an event that day and I didn't have an event on that Saturday. So I had to buy my ticket right when I was able to clear that I did not have an event. But look at some of the footage. I'll be right back.
Reception that you guys gave me, but I don't live here anymore. I moved to Tampa, Florida, because this place sucks.
So shout out to everybody that came out there that I met. Dope event, like I said, over the weekend from Big Time Wrestling. They'll be in North Carolina next month. I may try to make a trip out there to meet Bret again and maybe get something else signed, because I'm about to make a real, not a shrine, but I'm about to make a real wall of fame with Bret Hart memorabilia and things of that nature. And if I might pony up the money, get another Funko, and if I get the other Funko, then I'll have him sign that, or I'll just get one of the pictures that he has and get that signed. But hopefully I'll have the shirt from myself and Joe that has the image that I wanted to portray for the shirt, and he'll sign it, and then things will go good that way. All right. So anyway, this is your boy Sneakerhead NY. This is Nights at the Round Table TV. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and leave a notification. I know this episode may have seemed like it was all over the place, and I do apologize, but going forward, we're about to really go full steam ahead with these episodes. And just make sure you listen to the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. And that's that. Head over to Nights at the Round Table TV and Nights RT Podcast on Instagram. Also, my personal Instagram is sneaker_head_NY. You see everything scrolling across the bottom. And yeah, with that being said, peace.
Nights at the round table.